The debate over same-sex marriage is headed to the Supreme Court this week. In two cases, the court will consider whether states can stop same-sex marriage and whether federal government can refuse to recognize those marriages in states where they are legal. Arguments will be made to establish same-sex marriage is a constitutional right. New at 6, Megan O'Rourke spoke with one man who's leading the charge for equality here in the Miami Valley.
It's a fight Lawrence Rezash has been in for decades, and just having the Supreme Court take on the issue is for him a victory.
More Americans now approve of homosexuality than ever before.
Lawrence Rezash now lives with his wife in a quiet retirement community in Miamisburg, but the minister and gay rights activist hasn't slowed down when it comes to the fight for marriage equality.
And I think every individual has their uniqueness, and we should be open and acceptant of everyone.
The issue became a personal one for Rezash years ago when his son Tim came out.
When he came out, he was 26 years old, and Claire and I were talking with him, and I asked him, I said, Tim, how long ago did you know that? He said, for years. I said, well, why didn't you tell us? He said, Dad, I'm a United Church of Christ minister. I knew you loved and accepted everyone, but I was afraid you wouldn't accept me.
Which couldn't have been further from what happened next. The Rezashes joined the Dayton chapter of PFLAG, or Parents, Family, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. They're still active in the group today and say just hearing the Supreme Court take up the issue of gay marriage is proof progress has been made.
I'm very proud of this country. It was slow in coming, but it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Now, Rezash tells me he is keeping a close eye on the developments in D.C., as are we. So stay with 2 News for continuing coverage on the Supreme Court's decision. For now, reporting live, Megan O'Rourke, 2 News.
All right, in the meantime, opponents argue allowing same-sex couples to wed would weaken the institution of marriage.
It's really difficult for Americans in our public policy and in our culture to emphasize the fact that mothers and fathers are necessary when the law says they're optional.
A new survey by the Pew Research Center shows nearly half of Americans now supporting same-sex marriage. A decade ago, it was only a third.